Nobody juices a turkey sandwich. Nobody juices ham on rye. Nobody juices pastrami cheesecake or whatever it is. I don't know. Nobody's juicing the foods that were making them ill in the first place. Typically, when people go on a juice diet of any kind, they're juicing either only vegetables or only fruits and vegetables. That's the options. And so the quality of what they've eaten has improved dramatically, just amazingly so, because they're choosing fruits and vegetables, and they stopped eating all those other things that were making them ill in the first place. I am not anti-juicing. In fact, my whole program has been popular because I'm not coming out against anything. I'm not anti any particular thing that you can say, oh, well, he's anti, anti-grain, or he's anti-meat, or he's anti-whatever. That's not what makes the program what it is. The program is what I am in favor of and what I promote as best, because the idea behind 80-10-10 is to identify and explain and help people go towards that which is ideal for humans. And we want to give us the very, very best. And then you can make the choice as to how much of the ideal stuff you want to do. How much do you deserve the best, and how much do you deserve second, third, fourth best? It's not even for me to rate what's second, third, or fourth, because I'm just going to continually talk about what's best for humans. In that vein, people will sometimes make juice. Well, great. If you want to make tomato juice because you like really clarified tomato juice and you end up with a bunch of pulp, use the pulp. Make a veggie loaf with pulp, or make a salad dressing with the pulp, or crackers with the pulp, or do something and use the whole food. We don't really care if you serve it in pieces because you're a chef and you wanted to play with your food, and rather than just eat a tomato, you made some tomato juice, and then you ended up with some tomato pulp, and you did something with that as well. You were creative, and you made biscuits. I don't know. So first of all, let's understand where I base 80-10-10 is on the idea that whole food is best for human beings. We always do best with whole foods. They're identified as the best foods for people. But it doesn't mean that chefs can't have fun. It doesn't mean that if you cut up a bunch of cucumbers, which would still be considered whole food, even though it's been through a procedure, it's been processed, but it's only been cut. When you cut a bunch of cucumbers and stick them in a bowl, juice is going to fall out. And it doesn't mean you can't pour off the juice and put it in a glass and then drink it, and then enjoy eating the cucumbers as well. You ate the whole food. But if we poured off the juice and threw it away, that isn't quite the same thing. Now you're missing something. In the same way, if we make a bunch of juice and then throw away all the pulp rather than make something with it, we're not really we're kind of thumbing our nose at the concept of whole food. All of that is a preamble to juice, because the myth of juicing is that juicing does two things. One, it's better for you than whole food. There's no way that removing a nutrient called fiber, which every nutrition book recognizes fiber as essential to human health, there's no way that removing an essential nutrient makes food more nutritious or better for you than its whole food counterpart, when we already recognized that whole food was the best. You can't then make something better than the best. That can't possibly be. So we can't in any way assert realistically that Juices are better for us than their whole food counterpart. Now, there's lots of things that people say about juice, in order to substantiate their claim that juice is better. Oh, well, it requires less digestion. Well, actually, that's not true, because the parts of the food that are in juice, the water, the sugar, the minerals, none of those get digested anyway. We don't digest water, we don't digest glucose, we don't digest minerals. We just absorb them. And whether you eat a cucumber or juice a cucumber, the absorption is the same in either case. So what it brings us down to is fiber, and human beings don't digest fiber. It passes through in our fecal matter. So how can it be less digestion than none? Because none was required. What does happen, though, is when we juice, the juices, we drink them at the speed of water, we process them through our body at the speed of water. The juices pass through our digestive system more like water does than food. Food is a bolus with fiber which modulates, it regulates nutrient uptake. It corrects nutrient, it allows for correct nutrient uptake, optimizes nutrient uptake. And when we remove the fiber, we actually slow down the uptake of some nutrients, because the food's passing through so quick or so quickly that we compromise uptake. Whereas other things, such as sugars, are uptaken incredibly quickly, which isn't in the best interest of a human being as a general rule. So the claim is unfounded to begin with. But another claim that happens is that juices cleanse us, and people will go on a juice cleanse. Well, juices don't cleanse. Juice just isn't that smart. Juice is passing through our digestive tract, which is outside of the body. It's a tunnel through the body, no question, but it's still not inside the cells, inside the tissues, inside the organs. It's just passing through, as it were, through the digestive tract, and it can't, from within the digestive tract, be so all-powerful, all-knowing, all able to be able to take toxins that are stored in your liver or in your deep fat or in your brain and grab them from the digestive tract and cleanse you in any possible way. Juices can't cleanse, nor do they. But then vegetables don't build either, nor can they. Juice is juice, and it's not smart enough to somehow be able to pull toxins out of your body. Now, the body is cleansing, the body is self-cleansing, self-healing, self-regulating. And as such, when we improve our diet or any aspect of our lifestyle, our health improves accordingly. So, why do people say they feel so much better when they go on a juice diet or a juice feast or a juice cleanse or even a juice fast? I don't really care what they want to call it. They're choosing to eat juice for a while rather than food. Why do they feel so much better? Well, typically they're doing it as some kind of a penance. They're not doing it as the prize. I get to go on juices for a period of time. They do it for a period of time and then go back off of it. If it was the prize, they would stay on it. But very, very few people live on juice only, if any. So why did they say they feel better? Why is it so popular? What's actually happening? What's actually happening is that nobody juices a turkey sandwich. Nobody juices ham on rye. Nobody juices, pastrami cheesecake or whatever it is. I don't know. Nobody's juicing the foods that were making them ill in the first place. Nobody's juicing bread, nobody's juicing spare ribs. I don't know, maybe I'll start a new trend, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Typically when people go on a juice diet of any kind, they're juicing either only vegetables or only fruits and vegetables. That's the options. And so the quality of what they've eaten has improved dramatically, just amazingly so, because they're choosing fruits and vegetables and they stopped eating all those other things that were making them ill in the first place. Wouldn't you feel better if you stopped eating all those things? Sure, automatically. If you stopped eating all those things and you started eating all the right things, whether you juice it or not, you're gonna feel better. So in that sense, no, I don't buy into the idea that juices are better for us than whole foods, that they're magical in any way, that something beyond our understanding of nutrition or thermodynamics or any of the other things that come into play happen because we juice. There's no magic going on here. Are juices an acceptable thing to consume? Well, sure. Sure. If you want to make vegetable juice and a vegetable cracker, great, I'll have the two side by side. But I understand full well that breakfast cereal manufacturers promote the health qualities of their cereal when they say, we've added fiber, here, have our special whatever it's called, and it's got added fiber because fiber's so good for you. And then I hear the other people saying, buy our juices, have juices before your dinner meal because removing the fiber is so good for you. And I'm going like, how confusing a message is that? Adding fiber is good in the morning, removing fiber is good in the afternoon? That can't be the case. In fact, whole foods are best for us and anything else is a compromise. But if you want to create dishes, be my guest. If you want to change the delivery, as it were, so that it's better to drink it, so that it's better to eat it with a spoon, so that it's better to eat it with a fork, so that it's better to eat it with your hands. There's lots of different ways to deliver food. Have fun doing that. Have fun making things for your family. But let's not mislead anybody by telling them that juices are better for us than whole foods. That's a myth.
I think I came wanting to get sort of my passion for self-care refreshed and revitalized by learning new information. It's also just such a luxury to just have these incredible, huge, delicious meals made for you every day. Eat as much as you want, not have to do any preparation or anything. It's sort of just like a self-pampering experience, and it really leaves you encouraged to keep caring for yourself when you go home. Just kind of come back rejuvenated in your desire to keep growing and progressing. My name is Hannah Slater and I'm from Flagstaff, Arizona, and this was my second time coming to the Raw Nature Retreat.